I was thinking of the cleverness of this business model. It is so amazing. What is beautiful about this business in a box is you can go all out and brand toward it, because it is your business, that it is the MRR. It still has to hold the legacy builder structure. Okay, so but you can, like I said, through the email and all that, pull it through, and you get this $900 big ticket item that is a word of mouth spoke about out there very highly. There's the few people that are bashing when I speak of the bashing or whatever, because they just don't understand. But the majority, there is so much positive feedback. Yeah, the person who started this was very frustrated with the way things are working out there, in all ways. And they really did put together, Michelle, she put a really good system together based on her frustrations as a parent, as a woman, as a person, as an individual. She put something together that is appealing to anybody, because it's MMR and not PLR. MMR is master resale rights. It's still legacy builder, and you can put your personalization into it, but you can't rebrand it as your own thing. You can go out and make your own thing, or buy some PLR that is private label rights. But what is nice about this way of going, especially 100% profit, oh my god, she basically sells it to you, gives her work away, and she just makes money on the website template and to support the community. Community in school is where we have our community. There are expenses and the template, and she does the same thing we do. Yeah, and that template, like I said earlier in another video, you can use it for other stuff. Use it over and over again. It's a click push button. Just redo it all for your stuff. You know, you can get your money out of this. You can put it to work. I think that's the whole purpose of all this. But when you're promoting the legacy builder part, that must maintain its structure and presentation. I believe with your, your personalization to it. Like I said before, it's kind of like selling an author's book in your store, or somebody's album in your store. You're the store. But what is great about that is, even in that case, if you owned a bookstore, you could be a writer and an author and sell your own copies in your bookstore of your own stuff. You can also be a musician that sells other people's music, and you make your own album and sell your own album. But this particular thing is excellent for people that are busy, or people who live in the country, or hardworking farmers, or hardworking mechanics, and hardworking people that get dirty and have to dress for the jobs and don't have much time in the evening. The 2-hour workday is taking Michelle's experience, focusing on the income generating activities, doing what is important. Not you're not you might get paid at work for drinking coffee and moving papers around on your desk, just looking busy, but not in your own business. You have to sell. You have to make sales. That's why you get paid the high money. That's why you make the high money, and that's why in a job you get paid very little money. They want somebody in the building. You're kind of their security. You make it look busy. There a lot of times maybe you aren't even really getting paid for your work. You're getting paid to look like a big company. There's probably machines doing everything that I don't know. I mean, with AI and everything, and this AI stuff's been out a lot longer than the push that's been going on just recently. So you go to a job, you get the bare minimum, and you do the social part there. Here, you do online socializing and you get the full 100%. And when you think about that, because it's your business, but it's legacy builder, like a Tim Hortons franchise. It's kind of like a franchise, and you're selling kind of like cars. So you're a vehicle salesman. You give it a vehicle to get you where you want to go. You can kind of not be looked at, and they're thinking about the legacy builder and what it can do for them. And how, oh my gosh, I only need 3 or 4 or 5 customers a month to replace my income, if the average income earner, or 10 maybe if you want the $10,000 a month income. Yeah, so I mean, it takes, on average, they're saying, and I haven't fully done it, I've gotten a couple sales, but on average, these people who are consistent, mine was probably just lucky or just the right word of mouth to people, but you need about 20 or so people, and you have to have your message clear, and you have to know your customer and target where your customer is, and then send those people to your site. You have to have the call to action to go look at it. But the thing is, when it's your business and your brand, like say we're remember the person, Donald Trump's wife, who was selling those eggs and stuff, really fancy eggs. Okay, now she'd have to keep that image up all the time to sell those eggs, because she has to look like her fancy eggs and have the environment of the fancy eggs, and live that lifestyle all the time to represent that product, or hire someone to a model or something in an environment to do that. But when you get involved in this, or like, I don't want to bring these other things in because it'll minimize, and they're totally different. But sometimes when you get into these other pre-made things and they have a name to them, because those ones are different, they're not yours, but you're representing them as a rep or an affiliate, kind of like a salesperson, but not in a company. So you don't have to worry so much. People expect you to receive, like, they don't, like if you're working at the resort, you're doing Avon on the side or something, and you get a catalog from someone, they're not looking at you, they're just, what's in the catalog, what's in here, oh yes, awesome, very cool. You go on a website for a college or whatever, yes, it matters what college, but then you start comparing, you're looking for the best education, mostly. Yeah, and sadly to say, you don't even realize you're getting into some of these things just to be a pawn to do free advertising for those companies just to get a $9 sale. Meanwhile, you've been working all month. Like, that's where we all get pissed off. With this Legacy Builder program, you don't have to keep up appearances all the time. You can, that's why I call it a lifestyle business. You can be out on holidays. Oh look, I'm on holidays. Legacy Builder helped me get this. Legacy Builder changed my thinking, got me shifted from one place to another. Take a look at it. It could change your life too. It's really a vehicle that is changing lives without the pressure of having to make it all branded, custom, and everything. I mean, you can go that route after you get going and make money. Yes, of course, it's fun, and that a lot of people like status, and a lot of people like but their baby, and putting their heart and soul into something and making it so special. But you can still do that with this. You still can. But, and let's say something happened to this, because you learned the ins and outs of the system, and seeing how it all went together. Your website and stuff is on System.io, blah blah blah. You just remake it to yours, and you're still off to the races. You know, like it's it's so safe. It's so safe, and you just change it to a whole bunch of other PLR stuff. By that time, you have experience. You know how to get going. But Legacy Builder isn't going anywhere. I can't see it. I can't see it at all. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing unethical about it. There's nothing. It's probably the best thing that's ever been created, as far as online goes, um, for uh, giving to the people who get involved, and giving them the reins to then figure it out and go from there and do whatever they want to do with it after they've practiced and learned through a proven system that works and builds a community that is growing so rapidly and fast as ours. Why wouldn't you want to learn that? You don't have to waste your time with all that, and you can just get up and selling and getting people into profit, getting people's lives changing, getting people to start improving their lives. I mean, they're saying groceries and stuff are going to start going up in price. There's something coming in the next 6 months, I think, that is going to, some people aren't going to be handling it very well. So it's a little behind what I thought was going to happen, but you want to start making these transitions, and you never know what's going to happen. We never thought a pandemic would happen. I can't even believe the stuff that's going on. I don't even look at it, but I have my own whatever telling me stuff, and even just a few trying to look at what I want to focus on. There's a few things. I've seen a preview of this kind of already 2 years ago. You got the drones in the air. You got this threats out there in the world, but it really focus on the positive. You don't know if it's just trying to throw you off your game, or pushing for the digital economy, the other side of digital economy, or what is going on, making changes and many different things out there. But the best focus right now is to focus on yourself and helping other families get through these things. That's why I started looking at this stuff, because I was even thinking about having a nomadic life. You can always go wherever. If your country starts getting whatever, well, you can go. You can find, or you're tired of the weather. You can move somewhere where it's warmer. Your body aches, you have arthritis, you can move somewhere. You want to grow vegetables all year round. If the global polar shift in weather, last year was pretty interesting. This year, we'll see how this goes. Pretty nice so far. More snow than last year at this time. I don't know. But it is always good to have something, learn something. Like what I'm doing is I'm figuring this out. I'm experimenting with it. Another thing you don't want to do is go into something with desperation and need. If you go in now when your job's good and your family life's good, and you start learning, okay, you can do this in 2 hours. Maybe not at first. At first, you're going to have to, read some stuff, set up your site, figure it out. What does this all entail? Maybe even your first month, if you're really busy, it's going to take some time. It's like adjusting to a newborn baby. This is your new baby, and you want to give it priority and attention till you get it figured out. I mean, like when you first learn to drive, you're giving your focus and attention to mastering the skill of driving. After a while, it's like you know how to drive, like riding a bike. You know how to do that. You can think about other things. You could even have a conversation in the car, and But at first, you really want to focus and learn and watch and observe. How are they doing it? How are they try to figure it out. Figure out what they're doing, who's the people making the sales. Go see their channels, like the most sales, and what is, and then be part of the learning and participate in things, because that makes a difference too. But I love that this system is so clever that it's designed for any type of person. You don't have to look optimal all the time, you know. I know everyone's visual and they make first impressions based on it, but if your message is clear and you say, look, I'm a hardworking person. I started looking at this business because every day my body was aching, my health was declining. I was losing my will to live, basically, from this labor's horrible thing that now my body's not cooperating and I can't keep it up. I have to learn new skills. I have to do something different, or else I'm going to get very concerned about how I'm going to survive. You know, whatever it is, and those are truths. And then families who have children, I mean, now they have more mouths to feed. They have more concerns. The more things you have, the more you're concerned about. Another thing is stock up on food and make your living to what you can manage, and add something like this in, so that you can be prepared if things happen, or, you know, not even out with all that topics of discussions out there, but maybe you, God forbid, if something happens, you know, like, you know, me, I didn't expect to have a spine problem, my spine thing busting, and now I'm always dealing with lymphatic. I can feel fluid. It sucks my energy dry. I can't. Some days I can lift up. You wouldn't believe what I could lift, and the next day I can't even lift up a pop can. I mean, it's really weird. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't. There are surprises in life. People have unexpected pregnancies. They have unexpected job losses. They have unexpected mishaps with their home life, their homesteads. You just kind of always want to have a backup plan. It gives you peace of mind. It makes you feel prepared. I mean, I guess it's the Girl Guide in me. I was a Girl Guide when I was young, and I was in Army Cadets when I was young. Some of these things were about survival. Were about being prepared. Were about, you know, I don't know. But anyways, back to the point. Anyone can do this business. And you could be outside. You could be in your car talking. You could... you don't have to be the posh image like a cosmetic salesperson or a fashion designer or a rock star. You know, you can just be yourself. And the company, and Michelle, she does all the videos, all the work for you, the automated system set up. You just send people there. You see, look, this has changed my life. Check it out. I want your life to be like even better than mine. You know, because you know, like me, I know I have my strengths and weaknesses, and you just know somebody who would be good at this, and you just think, oh, I wish I had their charisma. I wish I had their social skills. Like, if they could see what I see, they would do amazing. But there's also other things, levels of person's knowledge and skills. So that is in there. You can learn it. You'll be a little slower than somebody who knows how to do some of those things, but it's okay. Slow and steady gets to the finish line. Yeah, it's just important that you do something, because the world isn't so, like, it's not, like, for many years it's been going that way. You know, your dad used to work the same job from when you realized what life was about, until he retired. Now people have, like, before it was like, oh, you might have 3 jobs over a lifetime. Now it's like you'll have like 6 or 9 jobs over a lifetime, and not only one new job all the time. Some people are doing 3 jobs because you know, employers don't want to pay benefits. They don't want to pay overtime. They don't want to pay, so you only get so many hours, and they keep you in this thing that helps them not have to pay so much. But then you know how hard it is to go to 3 different things, and like in the week, just to make the money. Like, really, I mean, I think about it, 5 customers, no, 5 customers every 2 weeks. I know there's inflation, but maybe 6 or 7 would make a pretty comfortable living every 2 weeks, and help other people make the same living. It's not like yes, people are buying from you. I mean, what doesn't matter. I could be selling cars, I could be selling anything. But the difference, what I like about this, is if I sold a car, I would receive the money, and that person would have a car to go to their job. That doesn't make me feel good, but I'm happy when they have fun with it. I don't want them to become a slave with the car. I want the tool to be useful for fun too, happiness. I know. I think it's because I had to work so hard. So I don't want other people. I know there's easier ways. But, and it killed my body. You know, kind of, I have, I'm pissed off, that, about some things in this world. And if you just would have known, or stopped just grabbing, these, at least they paid higher, and if I could have had my property, I would have been fine. But if, I need another year. But, if, you don't know till you know, and you don't have to suffer. You don't have to. You know, there's lots of other things you can do, but just something. This one is so good. It's like, you don't have to worry about postal strikes. You don't have to worry about anything. It's all, you can do it in your house. Say you're having problems or family stuff. As long as you can hide in a room somewhere, you can work on it, or go for a drive and work on your car on it. Other things you can't. People have to know your business. I don't know. There's so many pros to this. If you're in an abusive relationship or something, you can find a way out. You just keep things to yourself, and until you're okay, and hopefully maybe things get okay in your relationship with your change of beingness. Sometimes we don't even know we manifest these things, and maybe your whole family life and everything will change with your change. Yeah, some stuff, no, that can't be fixed. But yeah, but this business, you can be yourself, and the website represents what it is, and they go in there, listen to the video, and hear what it is about, and then their dream takes over. They start to get in this place listening, like when you're watching a movie and you find yourself in the dream, and that's really what you want. Because, you know, what it does for me is not you. You want to find out what this will do for you. Maybe you relate, maybe you identify, maybe you're struggling, maybe I can bring up so many scenarios, many things I've lived, many things I've seen. But I mostly just come from the marketing part. Maybe that's why I would be, because I like talking about the marketing part. I have a business background in college, and love marketing and the web designing. So yeah, of course that will be my tendency. And when I come from that place, that may be my niche or my target audience, but that's not, those people are already doing these things naturally. The regular everyday people, the ones who might need new skills, want to be, before I got into the web designing and all that, at that place, they need a place to step in and grow, and then get the skills, and then go from there. Yeah, so that's what this is good for. It's good for those people. It's good for any people. That's not true either. Not just beginners. I mean, I know if I had a resort and I was making good money about the time and everything, I'd be using my winters to do this, so I could sell the resort and do this sort of stuff. Realizing, oh my god, I don't have to bust my butt doing that. It was fun for the experience. It was fun for the people. It was fun for the camping all the time and for the age I was at. But as you get older, that's too much. Yeah. So you look at it that way too. And some people have very stressful corporate jobs. This isn't stressful. Okay, that's the awesomeness of this business that can be so many things. You can make your storefront however you want. Keep the existing storefront, change the storefront, create another storefront that goes to that storefront. Be yourself, or brand it to some kind of theme that you always wanted to do. Yeah, it's amazing.